Welcome to the Injustice 2 stream, as it were. Gonna do a mixture of some tower playthroughs and whatnot. Not tower, why do I call them tower? That's Mortal Kombat. Some, multiverse things, anyways.
Woman. Harley Quinn. Batman.
Some AI action.
Partez.
See if my AI can do better than this dude's.
Je te vole la vedette.
Mauvaise idée de me provoquer.
De Superman.
Still got, if I don't win this one, he's gotta win. He gets a golden box. Yeah, Flash. I've noticed like some AI characters have better advantages over the others in the setup. That's why I say it's not really a true AI. Like there are some obvious. It's just basically settings, and the characters behave according to the settings. Now I do think.
C'est pas du tout comme ça que marche la force véloce.
I actually think there are people who modded this game and actually have maxed out stats for their AI characters. There's no way to prove it though. You don't get to look at their stats. And the reason I say that is because some of them seem to be efficient in all areas. Like this dude right here, he's good at the combos, he's good at the range, he's good at the blocking. Everything that he needs to be in is all like it's maxed out. So I wouldn't be surprised if that dude is using mods or whatever. But that's speculation, theory of mine. I've seen it, and part of the other reason I say that might be a thing is because like you'll see in some of my AI matches that I'll actually the characters will act different. For some reason, showing, they'll be more efficient than they were against certain player sets, and this leads me to believe that the static sets that are set, that either the players tampering with the with my settings, or have some kind of hack in there, some kind of mod that lowers my settings and amps theirs up, full stats. Trust me, there is it's not as far-fetched as you might think. So, but you'll notice a lot of these character setups. They have the characters that do the best, like their Supergirl, the Flash is common, Robin is really efficient, and the AI battle simulator. Very rarely will you have set up like this. Well, Harley Quinn does pretty good if you have her stats like done up right, but I don't know why I chose Dr. Fate. I guess if he had Dr. Fate on pure zoning and counters, he might do really good. Play the same with Deadshot or whatever that dude's name is. I'll try this one.
Catwoman. Harley Quinn. Batman. Partez.
I think AI simulator gives the illusion of AI. It's not really proper AI. Like I said, it's stats that are tweaked, and in the sense that some players can manipulate that with mods or whatever, it's probably given the illusion that it is characters are learning something they're not. It's like more random than it is, except with players who seem to have a oddly advantageous character set. See, this is sufficient at countering.
Si on arrêtait, Dina, c'est une vraie question.
Countering, blocking, zoning. It's questionable. Like I think people have modded this game. I think they have figured it out. Like I'm finding it harder to find people more open about the mods online, like in the search engines and on YouTube and whatnot. They don't want to get caught. They don't want to get called out. They want to seem legit. And a lot of these YouTubers that do these combo guides and stuff without them being on screen or without them having the controller audio in the background or the showing their controller being used, that's questionable too. People can like map controllers to a point that it does auto combos, and that's what a lot of those kids do on YouTube. The people that are trying to get like the views, trying to impress their audience or whatever. An audience getting duped. They think this guy's really good, and there ain't no proof that he is. There ain't no proof that he did it. Some of them, I believe, actually rip off others like that too. Still in their gameplay video through like a browser app, and trying to impress the audience, trying to get the views, trying to be popular. That's what the whole YouTube experience is about. Is you're either trolling somebody, or griefing somebody, or doing hacks, or trying to make yourself look good, trying to get in the spotlight. In this game, like, I haven't played so long. I wouldn't even say I would be even intermediate, but like at one point I was intermediate skill level with Aquaman
Partez.
and Batman, but I never really practiced, you know, beyond that to the point of being a pro or anything. I don't know my frames, my spacing, or the more complicated combos. I can do basic combos, basic setups, nothing really pro level, and I'll admit that, you know, when you see me complain in a video about somebody cheating, it's usually due to the convenient lag that happens. The one, you know, that gives them that an advantage over me. I don't believe in coincidences in these types of games where it's competitive and lag's happening, you know, and it's not affecting the other player, but it's affecting, you know, it's like me. If it were actually like, you know, like a mutual problem, both players would be equally affected by the lag, but it's not. It's not the netcode in most situations. It's the actual, you know, PvP setup and whatnot. Actually got me a gold one there. Actually won that one with the AI. I wasn't even paying attention to it all that much. Not gonna do too much more of that. Gonna do some online, some online stuff, and do some ranked matches here. I haven't done those in a while. Just see how good I do. I'll tell you this, I hate the update, the ranked sets where they actually force you to fight up to 3 matches, like the first two, you know, first two to get 2 wins. I hate that crap. I don't know why they did it. That's like, that should be a tournament thing. Ranked set, that's bad. That is really bad. I'll actually do some player matches. I ain't gonna fiddle with that ranked. That's for the worst sorts of players online in this game. Yeah, don't let anybody fool you and say like online is good in this game. Like, nah, the players ruin it. It's usually the players that ruin these types of games. It's not the game itself. It's people exploiting it. People, you know, manipulating things.
Aquaman. Robin. Combattant à l'approche de la forteresse de solitude. Partez.
Oh man, the lag. Yeah, this dude, he's living up to his name. Oh man, he probably did miss that. That wake up though.
Victoire d'Aquaman.
Definitely not. Yeah, definitely not, dude. Anytime you see a username with a, you know, the double X's or Hitman or something cringy like that, it's usually a problem. There was a moment of severe lag in that thing, and it's was not cool. Was not cool at all.
Aquaman. Atrocitus. Combattant à l'approche de Métropolis.
Tu aurais dû affronter Al ailleurs.
Je combats où ma rage me le dicte.
Tu paieras pour avoir nui à Atlantis.
Partez.
That thing is unavoidable. That thing should be.
Je vais te pulvériser.
Qui a besoin d'un kraken?
Dude is just a troll.
Tu commences à me lasser.
There he goes, that's all I knew how to do. No skill.
Victoire d'Atrocitus.
Just cheesing it up. No, dude. We ain't doing another match. Don't do that stuff. No. No 2-bar ping. No.
Catwoman. Batman. Combattant à l'approche de Gotham City. Partez.
Oh, why did that? Man, I am. This dude's staying on top of me. Uh-oh, lose. I'm pressing the combo for that short combo and it ain't coming out. This dude is probably got a map controller here. Yeah, I would bank on it. I would bank on it.
Attention, tu pourrais te faire détrousser.
He's getting his swords out way too fast. All his moves are coming out way too fast like that mapped. Yeah, I can't even block that. Like he's got it mapped. He's I'm gonna have to report this dude after. I wish you guys could see his profile when I go to check it out because he's probably a modder.
Victoire de Catwoman.
Yeah, I'm gonna check out his profile real quick. Solarius 102. I'll tell you what it is, and I urge you to look it up too. So, we'll look it up. Solarius 102. Yeah, when you watch this, definitely look up his profile and verify what I say. I don't want you to take my word for it. I want you to see it as I see it. Yes, he has a questionable account. One of the free avatars is the first sign. French, probably a modder. Going down his games, Call of Duty, NBA 2K16, the usual signs of a modder. Moddable games and his profile. See, yeah, definitely gonna report him. I don't stand for that type of thing. Like, I don't know what it is with people with the French language, like, in their profile, but there's something consistent. When you run into them online, there's always something odd, out of place. And that's not being racist, it's just a consistent thing I've run into. The language is a tell-all thing in a profile, and it's unfortunate, it's just, I don't even know. So, dealing with that. Modder using mods in Injustice 2. Let's see, Injustice 2. Next, send. Yeah, I don't tolerate that kind of thing. I don't tolerate it. So he's been reported, and gonna find the next opponent. Now, how the methods... Let me back out of this real quick. The methods I've chosen to tell whether or not someone is potentially cheating or using mods or whatever. First and foremost, the gameplay has to be telling. One of the telling points in that was how quick that low whip was coming out. It was coming out to the point I could not press down after wake up to block it. That indicates that he was using either a mapped controller or mods. The gameplay has to be telling of it. That's the first thing. Then I go to the profile, and there are a few signs I look for. I look for what type of avatar they have. Trolls will usually use trolling things. Things like what he had, the little like little FPS shooter characters and whatnot. And then I look at their list of games. There are some games that are telltale signs. These types of players usually play games that can be modded. The sports games. They play Call of Duty. They play anime games. And they play Minecraft. Stuff like that. And you can usually, put all that together. And if they have anything questionable in their profile dialogue section where it says like, what are you looking at or something like that, then they're likely guilty. And I've acquired this method of doing it over time, over observing the profiles, observing in comparison with what's going on in the game. The gameplay, first and foremost, is it questionable? Always that first. And the rest is like just piled on, evidence of, pertaining to that. So, yeah, that's my way of figuring it out. I mean, these people don't hide what they're doing. And the language thing is also a thing. Like you'll see like these players that have like English, the first language, then they have something like French or Chinese or Arabic or something odd off the wall like Chinese and Japanese, or just weird stuff. It's like they are wanting you to understand that they are up to no good, and their little banners, or not even banners, their backgrounds, their profile backgrounds sometimes give them away. Their username sometimes gives them away. They really don't care, because like I've noticed like a lot of them get away with it, and like I don't see the problem getting any better, to be honest. It's a big problem on the PS4, and yeah, this dude's named Savage Killer.
Aquaman, Red
I
Hood.
expect some stuff from this one.
Combattant à l'approche de Kandak.
And he's got his strength maxed out, man. He's got a good armor set. I didn't even pay attention if he had the legendary or not.
Qu'est-ce que tu veux de moi?
Je suis là pour faire ce que Bruce n'ose pas.
Batman doit être si fier.
Partez.
I don't get that ability. Like it makes absolutely no sense in regards to that character. Like flying like Superman and stuff. Like he ain't got no superpowers. He's just a yeah. There's something up with this dude too, I think. Cheese it a little bit, because like, man, this is ridiculous. No, that was some lag. I could not. Oh yeah, he is up to something. Oh, freaking had to report him too. It was like, I doubt you could have seen it in the stream, but there was some force lag. No, let's press him back. There's definitely some force delay here. He's tinkering with things. Cheese it there at the end.
Victoire de Red Hood.
Yeah, he's. I really want to check out his profile and see what he's doing. He tells me GG. Tells me GG's Savage Killer. Oh, I can't handle that. This dude's played a lot of games.
Aquaman. Sub-Zero. Combattant à l'approche de la prison de Soleil Rouge. Partez.
Yeah, this dude's cheap. Again, got a teleport. I don't even know why Sub-Zero has a teleport.
Qui a besoin d'un kraken?
Victoire de Sub-Zero.
But yeah, they really made Sub-Zero OP. They turned him. Actually, it's like they combined Scorpion with Sub-Zero. You got the freeze and you got the teleport. No. It's usually I can deal with Sub-Zero, but that dude had his teleport thing going on.
Batman. Superman. Combattant à l'approche de l'asile d'Arkham. Partez.
Why did I get paired with these idiots? Of course they're gonna...
Je vais tout pulvériser. T'es rien qu'une nuisance.
This is bad game here. Getting really cheap. Sorry, dude. Okay.
Victoire de Batman.
That's another thing I hate about this particular fighting game. The stages seem too big to me. They give zoning characters too much of a lead. They can distance themselves too far getting in. I understand you've got the roll, but that uses meter. Meter you could use on something else. I think the stages they're just there for the use of the meter mechanic, basically the roll meter, the roll burn, whatever you freaking call it. It could have done without that, to be honest. It could have done without that very much. And I think the whole roll thing is just out of place in this game. It wasn't necessary. Somebody challenge me here. Customize AI characters in the world. What did I got that highlighted for? That is odd. Do some multiverse here and then I'll just get off. Nobody's joined me, as you know, I thought they would, but this is going up on the YouTube channel though. I don't know. This game, I mean, it's alright. I mean, there's a grind there. Obviously, you gotta grind for the loot, to get the gear, to be, you know, good enough to stand up against the more well-equipped characters, unless you go into player and then, or I mean ranked, I should say, and play without the with the set advantages. But I don't know. This game, I mean, I expected it to go downhill. I expected the players to ruin it, just like the other one, and they have. They proved me right. They pulling the same stuff they always do, either cheesing you to death online or you know, exploiting the game in some manner, using mods or lag switching or whatever they choose to do. Firestorm gear. Dude. It's got 2 hours left on this one. I don't particularly like Firestorm, I'll be honest. I mean, he's a pretty good character. I mean, he can really mess you up. This is one of those ones with the modifiers in it. Can't move. That'd be interesting. Don't want to do that. I just want to get in some like real fights. Random epic gear. That's one of those boss level things right there. I don't really feel inclined to do that. It's just let me do some single player, single fight against the computer. Play some Batman. Filthy Rich. Let's see, Batman Belfry is the best, I think. See, yeah, I'm gonna get some flack from this. Anti-managing to womanizer, gender pig. This is me trolling. We'll play with some gender pay gap here. I have some medium difficulty on. Let's get a stage that doesn't have many things to it. I don't think there's...
Combattant à l'approche de l'asile d'Arkham.
View baiting, as it were.
Diana, tu n'es pas dans le bon camp.
Je refuse de me rallier à ta faiblesse.
Ta loyauté pour Clark t'a aveuglé.
Partez.
I don't know why it's not letting me get that X out. Whoa, she went straight for the transition. There's a joke hidden in that, probably. Yeah, it's not letting me get the X off in time. The lasso hurts.
Ne me fais pas perdre mon temps.
I'm gonna try this on a different, a higher difficulty.
Victoire de Batman.
Yeah, it was a bit too easy. I think I'll try it on hard for you guys. Connect 20 ducking attacks. That must be one of the guild deals. Let's see, select a new fighter here. Use Batman still. Baguano ain't really got his stats up good. The Caped Creditor. Filthy Rich. I think I'll
Batman.
do some Filthy Rich. Go back to Wonder Woman. Feminism. Fatale.
Wonder Woman.
Go to hard. See if I can handle some hardcore action here. Let's see,
Combattant à l'approche de l'asile d'Arkham.
Sois raisonnable, Bruce.
and yes, they are speaking French in case you wondered.
Le monde se porte mieux sans eux.
Partez.
Longue vie à Athéna.
Man, they really utilize the oh crap. Whoa, she's on top of things. Whoa, I think she got me. Yeah, she did. Hard definitely ramps up a little bit.
Aphrodite te condamne.
She likes to crowd me for some reason. Man, that slang. That lasso, it hurts. Wasting my bats. She has a thing on top of me. Whoa. Had to sneak that in there, level it out a little bit. Yeah, when they crowd you, like even though Batman can handle herself, like her skill set has got her. She wagered.
Je vais te mettre en veille.
T'en fais pas pour moi.
Thankfully, she didn't have that second bar. Whoa, that was something weird there. Barely did pull that off. Whoa, that was something odd going on there. That was like control wasn't responding like it to get the little directions and whatnot. Select a new fighter here. Try to see if I can show you off some of my better Aquaman stuff. Let's see what he's got. Smells like fish, sea monkey, Kraken credits. You know, the whole credits for the guild or whatever. Crustacean. That's like the defensive one. Atlantean angler. Smells like fish. I think I'll go with the smells like fish version. And let's see what I can do to give me a sort of challenge here. I like this dude. So, anxiety attack, insomnia. Let's see what is. Oh man, he's got some massive strength. Worry warts, humility. I think humility it wouldn't be even. I'm gonna go with insomnia, see if I can overcome his strength advantage.
L'épouvantail.
Go with hard here. Because why not? Why not?
Combattant à l'approche de Kandak.
Kinda sad nobody showed up to my stream. It's kinda bad.
Ta toxine de terreur pollue les eaux.
Et qu'est-ce que tu penses?
Je vais te forcer à la boire.
Partez.
Oh man, he was on point with that punish. Oh man, jumped right into that. This dude's gonna be one of those. Oh, up close and personal. Oh, he got me. That did some damage, like he's really got the damage. He's got his spear build up. Whoa, just had to poke me. Probably not the best thing to do.
Est-ce que tu sens tes...
pulled it off though. Yeah, it's about an hour. I think I'll ramp it up like one more notch on the difficulty level and see what I can do. Aquaman's not got a lot of short range options with his staff, so I'm gonna go with Batman. Do something not Capes Creditor. Do Filthy Rich this time. I don't know why, I just feel like
Batman.
doing that, and make it official Batman versus
Superman.
No, he's only got level 1. I can't do Superman, that wouldn't be fair. What else have I got at 20? That would really mess me up with the Catwoman. I'll just go against Aquaman. Do the
Aquaman.
see what I can do against my own characters. Very hard. This will be
Combattant à l'approche de la ville d'Arkham.
I either lose really hard or maybe almost win. Like I said, I'm not I'm pro tier here.
Atlantis ne peut pas être mon ennemi.
La prochaine fois, essaie la diplomatie.
Je l'ai fait, nous sommes là pour ça.
Partez.
And he's got his combos. He's got his rolls. Oh man. I haven't got hardly any. He is sticking it to me. Whoa, the combo with that. Whoa, man. Yeah, that's definitely pro tier level. Man, the punish. I can't even press a button without him hit me first. I can't even get up out of it. Man, this is abusive right here. This is like, say he's mashing. It's like he's mashing the equivalent of mashing buttons, but expertly. Like it's like he was not stopping, not to be defensive or anything. He was just. Oh man, yeah, that was a learning lesson right there. Dude. Oh man, definitely not doing that again. Quit to the main menu and show you my guild. And closing is at the hour mark here, in case you want to join my guild. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna dedicate a lot to this game because, like, I don't feel very optimistic about it. But if you want to join, you want to, you know, help out the efforts, earn some things, I will play it from time to time. The ID's up there, the 4JBYQ as it were, Antigonish, after a, and I don't even know if you pronounce that right, but it's an 1899 poem by Hughes Mearns. You probably heard it in some movies. You know, the poem is actually down there in the message thing, part of it. It's actually longer than that, and he's actually done variations to the poem. But anyway, I thought I'd just do a little guild after that. I got tired of actually joining guilds, getting booted for inactivity, and actually committing to the grind like every single day, and then the rest of the guild not pulling their weight. It's one of those things, and the current guild, yeah, it's just, it just makes things obsolete. Like I think a lot of these people that commit so much time to it and get to the top of leaderboards and get these impressive win stats and whatnot. I think a lot of them are cheating their way to the top. I think a lot of them, outside of the actual guild contributions, the basic guild contributions, you can't cheat that, but like the freaking you know, like the ranked stats and whatnot, I think a lot of that's fudged. I think it's faked. I think people use maps controllers. I think they use mods. I think they use lag switches. They manipulate the game in different ways just to get those stats to look like they've done something, and that's a big problem with fighting games. I wouldn't. It's like again, I say this game at base level, outside of the player's reach, it's an alright game. Like it's obviously it's got character balance issues and stuff, but it's actually a decent fighter. Outside of my few complaints of the you know, role being there just to make, you know, allow the stage to be larger, you know, sort of like a trade-off for, you know, adding in a new mechanic or something that really shouldn't, you know, it really wasn't needed. Mobility, you know, this isn't like Blaze Blue or Guilty Gear where you can you really need that kind of, you know, distance. If they had made the stages standard, you know, length instead of like advantageous to zoners or whatever, you wouldn't have had to need the roll that uses a meter. You could have used your meter for something else, like the super or the EX or the specials, whatever. And it is just a waste of meter to try to have to get in like that. I mean, it makes for an interesting match to see somebody utilize it and stuff, and it's so flashy and fancy. You know, as a layer to the gameplay, you know, for, you know, esports sake. I'm not a fan of esports, by the way. You can probably tell by me saying that, but I think esports has actually drawn some negative attention to this genre. I think fighting games have suffered because of the commercialization of the fighting game genre. I think the way they're being developed to cater to a more casual crowd, trying to get, you know, the esports focus, trying to get them to, you know, adopt a pro tier strategy or whatever, but then placing in like casual mechanics where anybody can play, and it kind of defeats the purpose of, you know, being in a tournament when the mechanics are casual. And, you know, I'm not speaking particularly of this game. You know, like Marvel, you know, MVC, you know, Infinite, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, like it's a prime example of bad game design, and it's fortunate like this that fighting games have just you know, become as bad as they are. Like, if I have yet to actually see a game with a balanced roster without the exploitable characters. That's another thing I've always hated about fighters these days. Like, you'll always find a roster with only a certain amount of characters used online. Like, everybody knows which character is easy to abuse and use to win, and they'll go to those, and you rarely ever see anybody else. You rarely ever get to play against anybody else using the more technical characters, the more hard to use characters, and it takes away. I mean, why'd you even create other characters if you know it's unbalanced and everybody else is going to flock to like the reuse, the Shotos, the all the you know, spammable zoning characters and all that? Why'd you even, you know, bother creating such a diverse cast of characters if you're not gonna, you know, push people to actually, you know, use those types of characters? And it's just a thing that's always boggled my mind. I just don't understand what's going through a developer's mind when they design a game that way. So much of the game is lost to these bad, you know, game design decisions. It's really apparent in games like Blaze Blue, where the roster is much bigger and the and you know, people only use like a handful, like maybe a few out of the whole roster, because they're easy, like I said, easy to abuse and use to get the easy wins. And then you got the rest that are hardly ever seen online or anything, you know, outside of pro tier tournaments and whatnot. And I don't know, I'm just rambling on, but yeah, I hate the direction fighting games have taken. I hate that the community has become as toxic as it is, as you know, focused on trolling and cheating, and you know, stats matter more than actually learning to play good. And yes, it's unfortunate it's got to this point, and yeah, people would rather fake, you know, being good than actually get good. And then these fakers tell people like me that I should get good while they're not even good themselves. It's a contradiction. It's yeah. But yeah, I think I'll wrap it up about there. You know, the stream just was all over the place. You know, accusations flying. Reported a dude, and he deserved it. I don't even know what he was doing, but like I could even block the freaking low whip of Catwoman because of whatever. You know, I think he had a maps controller. Wouldn't say it was mods per se, but probably maybe mods or maps controller, but still cheating. Yeah, I don't don't like that kind of thing. I won't tolerate it. I will report anybody who pulls that kind of stuff, and I will look you up on your profile, and I will do my little investigation, see if all the criteria meets, you know, the blame, and you know, if it does, then you can expect a report from me. I mean, I doubt they'll do anything to you, but I won't stand for it. I mean, people need to actually report this kind of thing. It's the reason it's getting so out of hand. The whole trolling, griefing, cheating, hacking, everything. Even first-person shooters is the reason it's getting out of hand. Nobody's being held to account for their actions. Nobody's being, you know, properly dealt with. And and you know, I can see where it'd be overwhelming for moderators, because like these kids, they create like multiple modded accounts. I call them modded accounts, but that's not really what they are. They're like phantom accounts, like fake. I'd say fake would be more the appropriate. They're not like actually created. Accounts are like mask accounts, if that makes sense. They're to hide their identity and whatnot, and so they don't get like permabanned or whatever. They can just keep on making these accounts non-stop, just over and over and over and over, without having to actually sign up with the email, you know, and go through that process to duplicate the, you know, the account or whatever. There's a lot of that going on, and that compounds the problem even more. It's a big issue, and needs to be dealt with. I think console banning, when it gets to the point where the person has abused privilege that many times, I think their console needs to be banned from, you know, network access. That is my opinion. That's the only way to deal with it, because they'll keep on using their modded console to create these ghosts, these mask accounts, to actually troll, grief, and ruin the experience for paying players. And I think it's got to end somewhere, or eventually people won't want to, you know, pay to play online. They won't want to pay the subscription fee, because it's getting ridiculous. It's just yeah. But I think I'll stop and keep on rambling on for the next 30 minutes. But hope you got something out of the video. Feel free to join my guild, Just 2 Guild, if you want to. Information here. and talk to you later. And just go onto YouTube so you can watch the actual one too.